How you get started. First of all, do not do what many people frequently do, which is called blind data mining, and I'll give you an example of that as well. It's basically when you collect your data and then you decide to come up with a hypothesis or research questions afterward. That's not the proper protocol, and it actually can lead to flawed data. And you can then have this experiment that you've done and not be able to get your work published because you went out of order and therefore your data doesn't make sense. So you should plan and design your research. First, think about why should the reader care? Why should the journal care? How is this adding to the body of knowledge, right? We can do research on anything under the sun, but if no one cares about it, it's not going to get published. You need to have a thesis statement. There are so many times and so many papers that I've read where people do not have a thesis statement because they think, well, if you read my paper, clearly you understand what I'm talking about. It needs to be upfront. It needs to be very specific. This is what I'm studying and why. Make sure you have an outline with your research questions, right? The first thing that you should do is develop your research questions. Then write, okay? And don't worry about if your English is bad. Don't worry about if it's out of order. Just write, because then you will fix it. Then you will refine it. Then you will add transitions between ideas, proofread the content, the logic, and the flow, okay? But you need to start getting things on paper before you start worrying about some of the formalities.